Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the RSC 2's Premier Finals. It's Season 4, and it's heating up. We're going to see 4 players on the field getting into the action. Corsairs take on the Amazing A's. I'm the Croctopus. Joining me on the desk today, Croptopolis, the Crop-Croc duo. Back at it again. How you doing, Crop?
There it is, the Crop-Croc duo. You love to see it. I'm having a grand old day. I am ready for this grand finals. It's going to be a good time. We're in the top of the league as well. We've got that Prem going. So it should be a good time, some high-flying action. I'm ready to see how things go.
Speaking of top of the league, we have a single person that is right at the top of the league. Ante, coming in for the Corsairs, has been an absolute force to be reckoned with this season. As we move into the stats, you guys will see how the Corsairs are stacking up against the Amazing A's. Amazing A's fought their way out of the lower bracket to come in, so Corsairs will start with a first win for free in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a gander over at the team stat side of things, see how the actual competition is stacking up here. It's going to be just absolutely bananas looking over and seeing at how the Corsairs and Amazing A's are stacking up here. You can see that 33-9 compared to that 21-21. And something that's really sticking out to me is that plus 55 so far for the Corsairs in goals for, and the plus 19 the better for the goals against as well. Everything else is looking relatively similar, except for that shooting percentage. My word, that is lethality right there.
44% shooting percentage, especially in twos, is fantastic. The Corsairs have been striking, but they do have 104 goals against. And, Amazing A's is a 500 team, and they only let in 123. That's not a huge difference between someone who's 500 and then a team that went 33-9. So it could show that the Corsairs may be a little too on the attack, and if they slip up a little bit too much today, the Amazing A's could come back and win the series.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. So let's get over to the players side of things, see how these individuals are stacking up. And yeah, you called it before we got into this here. Ante by themselves are just looking absolutely bananas. You can see here, the thing that's sticking out to me the most, the thing that's making me kind of giggle a little bit is 82% of the goals that Jackson has scored have been assisted by Ante. That is insane. 80+%. That's almost every single goal you can see there out of the 49, 40 assisted. Holy moly.
And not to mention, he's got 99 saves, only challenged by Fusion Bleach on the opposite side for the Amazing A's with 100 saves for the season. So Ante is all over the field doing it in both ends. 120 goals, however, to Fusion Bleach's 85. 2 extra games given for Ante. But the shooting percentages for Ante and Jackson are both very lethal. We talked about that 44% percentage as a team, both of them clocking in at over 40%. Fusion as well, almost at that 41.5% range. It's hard to tell if we're going to be seeing Skolzy or Zippy. They do split sometimes. Skolzy with a handful more games, so expect to see him to start. 25% shooting percentage, not as great. Plenty of assists, plenty of goals, plenty of saves. Still going to be a key element if he's on the field. So we're going to have to see exactly what the plan for the Amazing A's is.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting out there. It's going to be tough. Realistically, you got to shut down Ante. Especially looking at these stats. But, I think we could talk and sit here and look at stats all day long. Let's see if we can get those players onto the actual field themselves. See if we can get over to the kickoff side of things here, get all the players ready to rock and roll. I believe it's looking like we've got everyone in the lobby. It's looking like people are joining in, and yes, indeed, we are about to get into kickoff in what is technically Game 2. This will be a best of 7 with the 1-game advantage going over to the Corsairs, so they came from the top side of things. So you'll see a little dash up there. This is indeed Game 2. So let's see how things start off here. Croc, let's see how this action starts.
Initial kickoff going to be controlled by Ante off the wall. Nice control. We'll go right into Fusion Bleach, waiting there on the near post. Credited with the save. 50 is going to be dangerous. High up above the head of Fusion Bleach. Pinch clear all the way back down. Ante corrals it into the corner. Gets a little away from him. Zippy able to pop it up into the corner. A teammate 50-50 there. Could be awkward. In a shootable position, Fusion Bleach decides to wait as Ante was tracking that one across the net. Early pressure here for the Amazing A's, which is nice. The dunk comes in, And that'll be first goal, opening goal of the series for Fusion Bleach. Really in control of the car there. Gets a good dunk right over the head of Jackson the Boss. And first goal of the game.
Yeah, first goal of the game, and that all came from so much of that pressure they called out there. I mean, they just got the press going. They had him stuck in the back corner. It's looking like Ante might be trying to do a little bit too much as things are starting off here. You know, that stream jitters coming through. It's going to be the playoffs. You know, your hands are going to be kind of shaking. You got to really get warmed up, and Annie is trying to do everything so far. You know, that kind of carry. Let's see if they can make that happen, but so far it's looking like Fusion Bleach on the... Is this the Venom? Is that what I'm looking at here? What is the name of this one?
That is the Mantis, I'm pretty
The Mantis!
Sure.
There it is! Yeah, you love to see the off-meta cars.
Zippy's up out of the corner. Fusion Bleach corrals in the center, has a shooting opportunity. High flick. Ante will be the first one to it. Zippy back to get the first touch. Over the head of one. Jackson back to corral it, and that's going to be a pinch into the corner. Pressure still mounting for the Amazing A's. Can Ante get it clear? Not going to be able to get it by General Zippy, holding the midfield. Pressure still mounting. Fusion with another shot. Ante up, gets the save. What a save. That might be the save of the game, and we're only a minute and a half in.
Wow, streaking across. I mean, that was as fast as you could possibly go and across the face of the goal there. Barely able to make it happen, but good read and a good pinch down. It's going to be a lot of space bought, but let's see who wins the race to the ball. Of course, it's going to be Fusion getting it back down into this corner. Plenty of boost, but it's going to be Jackson to send it out to the side. Zippy pushing it back in. It's been quite a bit of boomer ball here. Finally, somebody takes control in this corner, slows it down, gets past two, but it's going to be Zippy up quick to this one, so it's going to be down to the corner. Ante just going for that boost, not able to get around that ball, and you can see a demo attempt coming through as well. Jackson had to dodge that as they were retreating onto the defensive zone, and beautifully done. It's been a lot of back and forth here. Nobody really taking clear advantage, and nobody really getting any clean opportunities at net as of late. I mean, it's been about a minute here of just back and forth affair.
Yeah, not a lot of control going on right now. Great save from Fusion Bleach there. Ante's up. That'll be off the backboard. Can he get a second one? No, Jackson won't be able to get the shot on net. Cleared by General Zippy. And the boomer ball, I think, is a little bit of a mistake for sure from these teams, as there seems to be a lot of space in front of them that they can use to control the ball. But there are some times where the defenders on both teams are streaking in for hard challenges really quickly, so sometimes hitting the ball over the head of that first person, even if it does get away from you a little bit, could be the right play. These teams are just going to need to feel each other out and figure out when the time to make that play is, and the time for General Zippy is now. Over the head of Ante. Ante can't make the streaking save like he did on the last one. That'll be 2-0 for the Amazing Ace.
Yeah, and a bit of wayward touch there from Jackson, just sends it directly against the sidewall. They had plenty of time, but they're continuing to go back and forth with those presses, just trying to get it out of the zone immediately, not going for control, and it has to be the nerves coming through. I mean, you can see that was not the touch you would expect from a team that is so high as far as the season score goes, and off the backboard, and beautifully cleared out to the sidewall there. Opportunity comes through. Ante opening up space there with the demo on the retreat. Gonna get up over one, but you gotta get up over two, and it's gonna be Fusion shutting it down at the point of the shot, and it's gonna be a conversion as well from defense to offense. Big win for the 50 and an opportunity on frame. Oh my, all by themselves. We were talking about Ante coming into this being the solo carry, and Fusion Bleach just goes up against both defenders.
Yeah, I think that you could rightfully call this game one probably an upset if the Amazing A's walk away with the win. There is still time left, twos. You know, plenty of goals can be scored in a very short amount of time. But I think a lot of people came in expecting, at least statistically, the Corsairs to walk away with the first game. And they're really not doing super hot. They're trying a lot of these aerial plays like Jackson's going for now. And they're just being defended really well. It's not that the plays are bad, it's that the defense is good. So they're going to have to find a way to crack through General Zippy with the quick challenge on the wall. Ante just takes a sweet time on the wall. General Zippy a lot faster, puts it on net, and that's going to be a fourth one for the Amazing Ace.
Yeah, I think they recognize that Ante is really going to be the problem maker here and just decided to shut it down. You can see a lot of ego challenges not giving Ante any space, and that's going to put a lot more pressure on Jackson, and you can see that pressure starting to come through. It's going to be Jackson with a wayward touch that caused a goal earlier, not able to get a lot of those meaningful touches down to the opposite side, but here you go, Ante trying to make something happen. Going to be stalled out for a brief moment. Jackson in the side-by-side can't get the challenge, and here it is yet again. It's just going to be the slowdown coming from this Corsair side, and it is just paying dividends, but it's just immediately back into the zone.
Ball's going to be into the center, might be shootable, cleared away by Ante before any real danger could come of that. Waiting, taking this opportunity here, gets it by one, baits a defender in. Have to assume that was his plan all along. General Zippy gets it by Ante, but now needs to try and play defense here on Jackson's touch. Double flip reset attempt is not going to go through, and it is going to be a win for the Amazing A's here in game number 1. This will tie the series. Jackson the Boss getting a goal there to pad his stats a little bit as the clock hits 0, but that will be a 1-1. We are getting asked to remake the server, so we might have a little bit of downtime between games 1 and 2, but we will get back as soon as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking clean for the Amazing A side of things. And like you said, they're going to tie up the series right there. And, I mean, just looking good, clean across the board. I mean, what more can you say? They came out. They were the quicker team. They had the better 50s, I think, were really huge there. I mean, the amount of times that there was a 50 that they just outright won. It wasn't even that they were trying to not lose it. They were just winning it outright, and just, my word. I mean, looking at the stat sheet there, it's what we were kind of expecting coming into this. You know, we were talking in the green room before we actually got into this series of, I'm expecting a little bit more of a balanced effort coming from the Amazing A's, where it is going to be more play from Ante and then the support from Jackson. You can see it exactly in the stat line here, 500 and 504. I mean, that is almost perfectly balanced right there.
Yeah, and I think that you're right, too. I think the other team was just faster. Amazing A's are really coming in with the speed. They're going to need to keep that up if they want to take the whole series. Corsairs have seen them once. Let's see if they've got a feel and if they've got an answer. But if not, the Amazing A's are looking really poised to take this series.
Yeah, looking clean, looking good in this first game. And it could just be that the warm-up needs to come through. You got to get that first feeler game out, but you know, if you're going to rely so heavily on that one player to come out and have those really warm mechanics, once you start getting into scenarios like this where it's the playoffs, sometimes those just fall off a little bit. I mean, the pressure, the nerves start to come through a little bit. There might be some misinputs, and if you're relying very heavily on one player, that could be it. I mean, everything can crumble with that one player just being ever so slightly off. And so I think this balanced effort that's coming from the Amazing A's just could be what it takes. They've tied up this series. It is indeed 1-1 in this best of 7, and it was clean. It was solid the whole way through, a 4-1 win.
Do have the lobby up, the next lobby. Believe we are just about ready. Those players aligning their way into the field, beginning in shortly. I think that Corsairs is going to come out and play a little bit of a better game, a faster game rather than a better game. I think they're going to play a little bit of a faster game. Whether it works for them or not, well, you've got 5 minutes to see, but hopefully they have an answer. Let's get this series back underway. 5 minutes on the clock, 4 players on the field. Run it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see how things go. There could be a little bit of server issues as well. You can see immediately after that game, the ask came through from the Corsairs, so let's see if it might be a little bit of a ping diff this time around. The pressure maybe slowing down some of that momentum in between games. Had an opportunity to talk, able to change up the game plan, and so far it's looking a little bit cleaner from both sides here. I mean, we came out, we saw a clean game come from Corsairs. So far it's looking a little bit cleaner from Amazing A's this time around. See if they can make something happen here. Good opportunity comes through. Fusion, and bang! Immediately back in. General Zippy off of the amazing touch here from Fusion Bleach. Slowing things down, getting under one, getting the 50. And that's been the big difference. The 50 wins are just so pivotal.
Yeah, that's a big 50 from Fusion right there on the flip through the net. And a really good play from General Zippy to get it on the net as well over the head of the defender. Quick goal for the Amazing A's. Let's see if they can put a second one in here. Net looks pretty open. Can he get there in time? Yes, he can. Ante with the save on the near post. Trying to restart the counterattack. Jackson should have a free touch here. Ball goes over his head. Gonna have to corral it on the sidewall. Opts to leave it for Fusion Bleach. Can go play more of a defensive role. Comes in on the challenge. Gets the ball into Amazing A's territory. Fusion able to control pretty well. Off the ceiling, won't get the touch, so Ante trying to look for a teammate in the center. Big 50 from Zippy slows the play down, and the ball is cleared to the midfield.
Let's see how they can wrangle out of this corner here. It's looking so very dangerous. An opportunity to finally transition out, but it's going to be Jackson low on boost. It's going to be Ante trying to send a cross-body shot to the back post. And it's stopped right on the goal line by Fusion Bleach, who has just been an absolute monster the whole way around. Looking so clean. And honestly, I love seeing the off-meta cars, and I love seeing the off-meta cars coming out and doing work. See if they can continue that press. So far up by 1 still, and it is going to be Jackson who's going for the ego, but gets absolutely dusted. Ante playing nice and patient, expecting that whiff to come through. You got to really start to do that, and there it is again. It finally coming through, opportunity, but just barely to the side, and I really think that's going to be the difference. It's going to be Ante starting to expect some more of those passes to go past Jackson, possibly having to streak a little bit deeper. You can see here, shadowing nicely in this corner, but it's going to be super dangerous, and Jackson finally coming through to clear it out of the zone. See if they can get one going the opposite direction. Not able to do so, and it's going to just die out here in the side for just a brief moment. Gonna be Ante slowing it down yet again, but it's gonna be a pass towards mid. Jackson, you can see the way that Corsairs are starting to play is starting to shift a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure coming in from the Amazing A's, and it doesn't look like that is the game plan for the Corsairs. You know, sometimes that is the game plan for teams. They sit, they absorb the pressure and play on the counterattack. And even though they may have a good counterattack, they just don't look like that is their plan. Great shot and save there. Fusion Bleach really pulling one out for his team, and another good save from General Zippy. Looked like he was going to go for the squishy save. Opts to just jump down to the floor and play the normal save. Bump opportunity comes through. Not going to find the defender in net, so Ante puts it to the corner and tries again. Up in the air to the middle. Jackson smartly turning off. Fusion pinch off into the center. Zippy chasing the ball down. Ante there to challenge. Will beat Zippy on the wall. And a good shot, a really good shot. Fusion Bleach able to make the save, can't get it to the outside. Jackson the Boss will score the first goal in Game 2 for the Corsairs.
And there it is, just like the recipe book that we were talking about before we got in. Ante assisting Jackson. Of course, it finally comes through, and you'd like to see this if you're a Corsairs fan, keeping the game nice and close, just about at the 90-second mark. You got to make sure they are not going to let this one get away from them yet again. Ante has an open look, trying to get it to the backboard, shut down cleanly, but it's going to be Jackson to the top. Fusion waiting patiently, plenty of boost, going for a pinch down, and Ante just waiting patiently at the midfield, trying to get a clean beat there, and it's going to be an opportunity on frame, just barely outside. Not able to make it happen, trying to keep it in the box, but there's no angle to come through, and Fusion comes through and cleans it up, gets it out of the zone, but it's still dangerous on this blue half.
Yeah, that's a really nice 50 out to the center for Ante there. Unfortunately challenged early by Fusion Bleach. This one's going to pop out center, should be cleared by a defender, but Ante's speed, good 50, will keep the pressure. This one might come out to the ground for Jackson. No, a little bit of a misread on the wall, it looks like, from Ante. Now Jackson having to shadow back. Misflick from Fusion will allow Jackson to control the ball in front of his own net. Ante controls in the air, waiting to see what Fusion does. Great challenge there, pops it up high, gives General Zippy time to rotate back. A double commit, but there's not going to be a lot of danger as Fusion Bleach gets the clear and the second. That'll be in the net. Amazing A's take the lead with just 28 seconds remaining in game number 2.
And the speed off that recovery, I mean, coming off the backboard, getting down to the ground, and back up before Ante, of all people, that was just absolutely astounding. The speed coming through so far out of, I mean, Fusion Bleach especially has just been so fast. It's astounding. And the fake coming through here to try and get one towards mid. You got to just go for the time waste strats. You don't need another one, but hey, you might as well if you've got the opportunity. It's going to be 2 orange players in this corner, so it's going to be a free look on frame, especially if you can bump, but no! Shots wayward. Final 10 seconds. Opportunities still mounting. Anti's just going to go for the big clear. Jackson trying to get the bump. It's going to be low shot, not able to get through, and it's going to be stopped out by Zippy again.
And the ball dies. I thought he might actually have it up there for a second, but the flip will touch the ball down. Amazing A's take game number 2. That will put them up in the series 2-1. Corsairs coming in with a free win as they won out the upper bracket. Amazing A's having to fight their way through the lower bracket. Starts with a game disadvantage, so they do have a 2-1 lead in the series at the moment. I think that the story right now is that they're just shutting down Anti's shots. You know, Anti has all of these goals on the stat line, and he's got 6 shots in this game, but no goals. Gonna have to start using the team plays a little bit more, I think. He is looking for them, definitely tried to get a lot of balls out center, but not really converting any of them. I think that the shot on the shot that ended up being an assist was a really good fake. Looked like he was going to put the ball center the whole time and then puts the shot on net. More of that is going to pull out those Amazing A's defenders, and I think that's what they need in order to take a win.
Yeah, and I mean, Fusion Bleach just putting up absolute numbers. Last game, things were balanced at the 500, and this time around, 8-11 with the 6 saves, 6 shots, and then the goal and the assist. I mean, Fusion Bleach is just everywhere being an absolute nuisance. And I was not expecting this looking at the numbers, but that is why we come out here and we play these series, you know, especially in a best of 7, there can be some mid-series adaptation. So let's see if the Corsairs can come out and make that happen in this, what is technically game 4.
Ball will be on the Amazing A's half of the field. Controlled by Anti. Good early shot. That'll be saved by Fusion Bleach. Had 6 of them in the previous game.
My.
The save off the wall will end up being the self-pass. 10 seconds in, and we've got our first goal for the Amazing A's.
Fusion Bleach's ability to get back to the ball with so much momentum and speed still, I mean, that is just so lethal every single time. It seems like they're going to be a little bit slow, take their time to recover, but it's immediate and just get one on the board. And speaking of getting one on the board immediately, Anti tying it back up immediately off a kickoff. It went a little bit static here. Fusion going for the hard cheat as well, but the ball just rolled ever so slightly onto the Corsair side.
If you're the Corsairs, if you're a Corsair fan, that's definitely good news. You've been playing from behind for most of the series. Good to see it back even after letting up the early goal. If you're the Amazing A's, I don't think that really gets in your head. You've just been outplaying the Corsairs the whole time, so I don't think that kickoff goal is really detrimental to the mental at this point of the series. And just need to keep it up.
Oh.
What a fantastic display of patience and finesse by Anti on that shot, though.
Wow, and you can see going down, stealing the corner boost. They've been doing this time and time again, the Corsairs have. They get the ball onto the Amazing A side, then they go and they steal those corner boosts, and it's finally come back. They paid dividends. I mean, Anti just comes out and puts on a showcase. It's not quite a recovery, but it is going to be those real quick, nice finesse on the ball there, but it goes back the other way immediately. What is this game? It's just going to be an absolute shootout. 2-2 at 420.
Yeah, a little bit of a almost double commit on the challenge, and Anti just can't quite make the save on that one. Fusion Bleach playing very well in this series, finds himself with 2 goals already, cracking 300 points in just 40 seconds.
Oh, and it's an opportunity for another one. It's going to be a big angle, not able to get around it. The assist, no, it's going to be shut down by Anti. Jackson's got plenty of head of steam here. Going to see if they can go for the flick up over. Gets through, and there it is, Jackson. This time it's not assisted, just a solo play. Gets a bump, and so you gotta get the last defender to bite. Did beautifully, and the little touch off the backboard, beautifully done to get up by 1 this time around, only 15 seconds later.
Man, if Jackson flicks that ball even like a couple of milliseconds later, Fusion's got that clear out, and that's going to leave Anti in a 2v1. Really good play from Jackson to end up beating Fusion on the flick, get the ball in, and taking the first lead the Corsairs have had in this series. Anti now is going to try and make something happen here in the midfield. Beats Fusion Bleach, waiting on the touch from Zippy. Goes for the shot on net, thought he might go for the pass there, but Jackson may not have been ready. Good pressure keep from Jackson here. Steals the corner boost, leaves that for Anti. Nice high pop-up. Fusion's there to meet him. Pinch out to the midfield, and now Jackson's going to have to rush back and play some retreat defense.
I like
good play from both sides so far.
Yeah, I'm liking the switch up a little bit here. I mean, you can see the moment that Corsairs get up onto the offensive zone here, they try and get those boosts, and if they don't get the boost, they go for a high ball, and they make the defense of the Amazing A's spend that boost. I mean, it's a good strategy. So far, it's been working. It's allowed for both Jackson and Ante to get on the board and almost goes the opposite direction. It's going to be Ante. 100 boost, popping it high. Jackson, and there it is again, just going for the sky, trying to get all of that boost out. And here's an opportunity off of the ceiling. Let's see if we can get some more mechanics. Going for the air dribble bump. Almost able to get it around. More of a ceiling drop-off bump rather than air dribble on me. Let's see if they can keep this press up.
Oh, no. I thought that was going to be a really good shot into the top left. Ends up being a pretty good pass, though. Jackson gets a shot on net. Fusion credited with the save. Only 2 away from the 6 saves that he had last game, and he still has half the game to go. Just an absolutely defensive wall. They have let in 3 this game, though, so a little bit more goals in than the rest of the series. Opportunity here is, excuse me, Ante goes flying by twice. Jackson with the clear. Zippy's going to pop up. That should be easily dealt with, but a soft clear could spell danger. Pass to the middle is challenged away by Jackson. Really good defense there. Probably saved a goal.
Yeah, what a read. And the bump right there on the goal line, almost able to get it through. The read from Jackson, I mean, it was effectively a pre-jump there. You're kind of just putting your hand up and hoping you're going to get the save. Oh, I like this slowdown, getting one to bite, trying to get the other, not able to make it happen, but got a bump out. So it's going to be all up to General Zippy. It's going to be Ante to the sidewall. You can see Zippy actually trying to go for a bump there. Actually got the momentum out of Ante there, but still not off of the ball and almost able to squeeze one through into the corner. It's going to be all up to Zippy. You should have a big clear down. Doesn't go for the slow play, just sends a boomer trying to get Jackson to send it down towards mid, but nice touch there, and it might go the opposite direction. My word, these booms are lethal. They're on frame and just from the opposite side of the field, looking so good. See if they can finally get one on the board here and tie things back up from the Amazing A's side. There's been getting a little bit more physical from Corsair. Seen a couple more bumps coming through on the goal line, trying to slow down that defensive rotation.
And I think that's a good play because they really have been able to deal with most of what Corsairs have had to throw at them. So, you know, if they're doing well on defense, just take them out of defense. Biggest brain plays, right?
Yeah, just get rid of them. You can't defend if you're not there. Oh, another attempt. You can see the moment General Zippy had an open look at that ball, just streaking in, trying to get the bumps, and it's going to open up so much space, and it's honestly, it's going to make you second guess. You're going to want to know, is there somebody streaking in behind me? Do I have to worry about a bump coming through, or do I have to worry about Ante? Oh my, Jackson just built different, getting down here, just muscling their way through on the goal line. You can see both defenders there, but not able to get a meaningful touch out of the box.
Yeah, and I think it's just coming from a big gameplay difference. The Corsairs have really slowed down their game in this game, and a lot of fakes, a lot of slow controls have thrown off the defense for the Amazing A's, and now they aren't challenging as quickly anymore. So now that's opening up to more space for the Corsairs, and I think they're working with it pretty well. It's not perfect gameplay yet from either side's offense because the defense is still playing very well. But the Corsairs have found a hole, and they're going to keep trying to push through it.
Yeah, the physical play has been the big difference, or the big difference maker there. I mean, looking so clean that time around, able to get the dub, tying things back up. It's going to be 2-2 in the series. And it was not the most convincing win. You know, you had the kickoff goal there to tie things back up early in the game. But it was convincing enough, up by 2. And again, a pretty even spread as far as from team to team. But player to player, there's quite a big gap in the points leaderboard. It's Fusion and Ante just going at it right now.
Yeah, but not to take away any of the credit either from Zippy or Jackson, both definitely key components on the field. It's just, you know, when you see it, you see it. You know, Fusion, Bleach, and Ante are really just both out there. They're definitely playing very well, and they have a little extra something in their gameplay, you know. But Jackson and Zippy both playing very well as well. Jackson with a goal in the last game and a really good assist that less of an assist, more of a really good pressure 50 that led to a goal from Ante. So definitely being well involved. Speaking of being well involved, look at the play he's starting up here. Anti's going to take control of the ball in the midfield. Touchback down to Anti, and the demo from Fusion. Absolutely. You will not change my mind that did not just save a goal.
That 100% saved a goal. I mean, that was a beautiful touch to get it down towards mid. There was a slow roller. Anti had that all day long, and the demo was the only way to stop that. And this is so very dangerous. Jackson getting up and making it happen, getting the save, getting it to the corner, and getting it out of the zone. Trying to get that boost as well. Doesn't get the first one, but does get the second and the demo. So it is going to be Anti. You can see Fusion Bleach. I like that fake challenge there to buy a little bit of time for the player that was coming off of the respawn to get back into rotations a little bit. And yeah, not to take away from anything that either of Jackson or Zippy have been doing. They both have been amazing players in their own right, but just the scoreboard continues to lean the way of these two just absolute superstars in this series.
Ball comes down to the A's corner. Still holding scoreless at 3:20 left to play. Anti up for the challenge. Will get beat by Fusion Bleach. Jackson into the corner trying to start a play now for pressure for the Corsairs. Does get a straight down bounce. That one's going to come off the top of the crossbar. Anti can't quite commit as Fusion had a dangerous touch potential. Now 50 in the midfield. Pops out center. Jackson looking for the double touch off of the corner. Not going to be able to find it. So Anti now looking for the double touch off the backboard. Defended well by General Zippy, and the pressure has been reset now in favor of the Amazing A's. Really good back and forth so far for the first half of game number 5, and this is heating up to be a really good series.
Yeah, Jackson has just absolutely awoken, as has General Zippy, and that's where this change of pace and this change of momentum is starting to come from. I mean, both of these players have really started to warm up, and they're coming through. Jackson in the first 2 games didn't have the best touches all the time, and it one on frame. There it is, the clean beat, getting back towards the box. I mean, they didn't want to hear my point. They just wanted to get points on the board.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is just Jackson leaving the net far too early on a ball that Anti didn't have clear possession of. But man, what an angle by Fusion. I thought he just put it straight in. But General Zippy there to read the ball off of the near post bounce. Great play by the Amazing Ace to take the first lead here in game number 5.
An opportunity. You can see the amount of pressure coming through. They got 2 opportunities onto frame here, and Fusion playing nice and patient. Didn't use any boost for that entire duration. So all was the support player of General Zippy, not to take away again from what they've been able to do, but beautifully done being patient and waiting on the goal line, but it's going to go the opposite direction. Just walk it in.
You don't miss those in Premier. You might miss them in Master and Elite. Oh yeah, that's right. Master doesn't exist here. You might miss them in Elite. But hopefully by the time... Yeah, okay,
never in my life.
Yeah. I'm sure chat really believes you. You know what? Scratch this prediction that we have about the finals winner. Let's get the prediction up of if Crop's lying.
Never in my life would I miss a shot, ever. I'm a shooter. But anyway, back to the finals. Speaking of shooters, an opportunity to come through. Jackson not able to get enough power to get around General Zippy. And I really think that Jackson warming up here and getting those meaningful touches, as I was trying to allude to earlier, they've been getting significantly better touches. And the bumps here, you get a demo and a bump and an opportunity off the post. Both the defender and the offender can't get a read on it. Unfortunate wayward touch coming through, but the opportunity continues to be going the Corsairs' way. Jackson, excuse me? Jackson?
Oh! Fusion, where are you going? The ball went the other way.
What on skates?
Play. Oh! Da-na-na, da-na-na. Jesus. What a play by Jackson. Great aerial control. Gets clipped on the way up. Able to maintain that car control. Gets down. Touches the ball just slightly enough to the right to send Fusion Bleach flying by on the challenge. Great goal. Jackson is going to be buzzing about that one for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's one that you go and you say, yeah, I'm feeling myself now. And oh my, I thought Anti got a little bit too jumpy on that one. But yeah, you got to imagine you're feeling yourself after that one. I mean, not only did you get the goal to put yourself up, but I mean, you put him on ice skates. You absolutely posterized him, and see if he can make it happen again. This Jackson has been just absolutely awoken. The flip reset to get around one, but Anti, all the wise to it, slowing it down, not going up for that challenge yet. You don't need to go all in on this offensive press, and things are starting to get dangerous. It's going to be into the corner, and it's opportunity coming through, and it's opportunity that's going to go in. Ante not able to get a hold of that.
That was an interesting one. I want to see what happened here.
Oh, bonk.
I just a little bit of a misread on the bounce off the back wall, I guess, from that pass. Ended up being awkward as both players were in the same corner. Tied up now with 27 seconds left. It's not a clean one, but it's one indeed, and the Amazing A's have tied it up here late.
Yeah, tied it up, and they did it in an interesting fashion. I mean, it was an Ante kind of bonk on the goal line there, so let's see if they can regain, get back into this, and it's looking like they're going to make it happen immediately. As I call upon Ante, they do so. My word, getting up over 2. Such a clean air dribble, and you can see Zippy trying to put their hand up. That's what you got to do. You got to send somebody to try and stop that, but no, sir, can't happen.
That was just really clean.
Clean.
Not much more to say about it. It was just clean. Ball rolls into the Amazing Ace half, so now they've got to hope this ball stays up and alive. It is up. Fat Lady's on the stage, warming up, and now she has sung for game number 5. That will be a Corsairs win, and they go up 3-2 in the series.
And there it is. I mean, it's looking clean. I mean, the points this time around are just basically all the same across the board here, but Jackson leading with the shots. I think that's been the big shift that has really started to become meaningful. I mean, Jackson's going up, trying to get those bumps, but they're also finally getting shots and attempts on goal, creating a lot more pressure coming through. Jackson not getting those wayward touches. You know, we saw it in game 1 and 2. They got the touch, they had a ton of space, but they just hit it against their own backboard, and it was a free goal. No more. They are out, they are warmed up, they're looking good.
Interested to see who wins the best of 5. That will end up being the end of game 6, as Corsairs came in with the 1-game advantage. If the Amazing A's can take this game, they will force game 7. They'll be going to Champions Field to decide the winner of the Premier Season 4 finals. If the Corsairs take it, it'll be 1 game short. They get to go home a little early with some hardware next to their name, and they will love having those trophies next to their name in the Discord. Let's see if they can pull it off here in game number 6.
Yeah, you know, I'm just going to come out and say it outright. I mean, you know, the people want a Game 7 overtime. You got to make it happen. Amazing A's, this is your time to get the regain going. No longer do you have to just shut down Ante. You now have to shut down the entire Corsairs roster. And speaking of Ante, up off the ceiling and a flip reset. Oh my, what a way. Putting an exclamation mark on this game.
Ante is ready to go to bed. Oh, look at that. I don't even think that was a flip reset. I wasn't watching closely, but I'm pretty sure it was just his flip from the ceiling. He never used it. But He was absolutely nuts. Great control. Gets the tip of his car on the ball for 1 touch, and then the back end to get it over the defender. Amazing A's need to answer back quickly to make sure they stay out of their head. The Amazing A's are not out of this series by any means, and it would be really awesome to see them force a Game 7 here.
But can they? That is the big question. Ante actually streaking back for that, gets a 50-50 on Jackson, who's forced to wait patiently as Ante's kind of just jumping for the sake of jumping. But hey, it was able to get back out of the zone, but that is going to be a ton of boost usage. So it is going to be Bleach has an opportunity to go back post. No. And it's going to be Zippy having to retreat back, and that's on frame. Okay.
Ball has grown wings and flown from the defending end. Zippy cheats up a little bit. You know, I don't think that Zippy gets back to that, even if he is playing a little bit further back. If he's playing far enough back to save that shot, he's probably out of position for the offensive zone, so you can't really blame him too much. Just really good touch by Ante. Has the speed, has the height, and has the accuracy. 2-0 for the Corsairs as we tick down to 4 minutes left in Game 6.
Yeah, and this is where it's going to start to get dangerous. I mean, you have the game advantage. You've got the series on lock. You need just the one more if you're the Corsair side of things, and you're up by 2. This is where you can start to set the momentum. This is where you can start to be significantly more dangerous and go for those controlled plays, but not the controlled play you want if you're going to get absolutely ego challenged. See if Jackson can clear this out of the zone, and let's see if the Amazing A's can change up that strategy of just going for this control.
Fusion Bleach with a little bit of a control opportunity off the sidewall. Gets it by 1, not by 2. Jackson resets the pressure out of the corner from the Amazing Ace. Comes Zippy. Leaves the ball for Ante. Ante is gone to the Shadow Realm. Back in the back end on the respawn. Should be able to get that ball for free off the sidewall. Plenty of boost. Big high pop. Trying to read it off the backboard maybe. No, General Zippy there first. Smart play from Ante to stay down. Touch to the center from Jackson. Won't be really considered a pass, as that was a little errant, I think. But the pressure has just been back and forth for the past 20 seconds here. No real good control of the ball. Amazing A's trying to make me eat my words. Puts it out in front of the net. Saved by Ante. Great play from the A's there. Great opportunity.
Oh!
Shot
that doesn't go in! I was gonna say Zippy's on 0, so they've got to do a lot to get it towards mid, and they did. It was free. What more can you ask for? Unfortunate at the halfway mark. I mean, that was a roller. That is what you needed to get one back on the board, and just goes wayward. It looked like there was a team bump, but I mean, all 4 players in the box. That's the one you got to put away, and see if Fusion Bleach can make something happen. Gets the boost and the ball, but gets bumped for their effort as well. So it's going to be down to Jackson. It's going to be the one-on-one. Gets taken out. So it's going to be Zippy. You can see Fusion trying to rush ahead. And an opportunity. Still dangerous. It's going to go to the backboard. Do we see a doink? Yeah, we do, but it's not dangerous enough. And that dies down ever so slightly.
Ante now trying to reset it off the sidewall. General Zippy up to make him panic a little bit. Clean air dribble towards the crossbar. Saved by General Zippy. Bounce shot going to be no good. General Zippy able to send it away. And now the ball is on frame. And the redirect from Ante seals the deal. 2-1 now for the Corsairs as the Amazing A's finally strike first with 1:40 remaining in Game 6.
I can't believe that General Zippy still had their flip that far into that aerial. I was not expecting that to come through, and I guarantee Ante wasn't either. Just a little bit off the zone there. It's going to be considered an own goal, but hey, that's what you need if you're going to be the Amazing A's. Get one on the board, and even better that it's an own goal. It's going to be dangerous. No, not able. Another one right on the goal line. And it's going to be General Zippy trying to make something happen. Bleach, a wayward touch, so Annie just shuts it down. It's going to be a race back, just barely able to make it happen, but Fusion's on 0 and top bins. Zippy saves it out. My word, opportunities just going both ways, and it is so very dangerous.
Ball now controlled by Fusion. This could be dangerous. Great shot. Good power. Jackson there. No save, so probably off target. Thought it might be in on the far post. Fusion not going to turn for the shot here. Ante up first. Off the sidewall, looking for the pass back to the middle. Sent back down to the Corsair side by Fusion. Cleared away by Jackson. And the demo there will open up some space. Fusion still able to get an okay shot on net. Cleared away pretty easily by Ante, and now the pressure is reset with General Zippy on the attack. Gets it over 1. Can he get it by 2? Yes, but he can't get it by the third defender. The ever so trustworthy post.
Yeah, it's just been a game of inches so far for the Amazing A's. They've had those opportunities come through time and time again, but it's just barely outside of frame. Here it is again. Never mind. Fusion says, I don't want to hear any more about that. I'm going to put one on, tie us back up, and my word, it was a press. They've been trying for this for so long. They've had so many opportunities, and I mean, the thing that's kind of astounding is right now Corsairs have 9 shots versus the 2, but those 2 don't make any sense because General Zippy has 3, Fusion has 0, but Fusion has a goal. Science is broken. 10 seconds.
The anti-own goal.
Ah, yes. Science is indeed all right. 5 seconds. Fusion gonna try and streak down. It's going to be an opportunity to the sidewall. It's going to remain up, and it's going to be an opportunity towards mid, but it's going to be wayward. So we see Game 6 overtime. This could be golden goal for Corsairs if they can make something happen.
Zippy is up. That one's going to be on target. Great save by Jackson. A hard clear had to be had, so Fusion Bleach gets a free touch. But the pass up to Jackson now set up for Ante.
Beautiful.
Ante not middle enough to take a shot. We'll have to just reset the pressure. In the corner now controlling 2v1. Zippy alone on the near post. Gets the touch that was necessary. Jackson falling back now. Fusion Bleach with the high touch. Ante spawns in time. Puts it over to Jackson. Jackson, I don't know if he touched that or not, but that is going to be straight down. General Zippy, plenty of boost. Can't get it by Ante, the all-star defender. But Fusion Bleach can. We're going to Game 7 for the Premier Season 4 Finals.
You could see Anti off that spawn had to streak across and get that initial save, so they used up all of their boost. They got stuck on the backboard, weren't able to get out and get any sort of meaningful challenge out of the box. And amazing A's get us to Game 7. The people wanted it, and we got there. Anti putting up almost 1,000, but it wasn't enough somehow. Oh my word. And 20 shots?
Yeah. 20 shots. And look at all of the saves that had to come out from the Corsairs. They were sweating on the defense.
That was, I mean, as this series is going on more and more, I mean, this is just beginning to heat up. This is an absolute shootout, and this is what the people need. This is what the people love to see, and I'm having such a good time with this, and my word, getting to Game 7. This is the deciding game. We have 5 minutes on the clock to decide who is going to be your Prem champion. I'm ready. Are you ready? Croctopus, no. Are you ready?
No. My body is not ready for Game 7.
Can we get another overtime? Rocket League gods.
Game 7 overtime is the dream for the spectator, not the dream if you are on the field. You want to get it done in regular time. Can it be done? Jackson, Anti, going up for the Corsairs, Fusion Bleach, General Zippy for the Amazing A's. Who is going to take home the gold?
Oh, and it's going to be a start immediately for the Amazing A's, getting a press down after that wayward touch from Jackson, but able to recover nicely. Anti going for the slow dribble out to the side, so Bleach just waits patiently, waiting for that ball to come to them. And there's a wayward touch. We could be starting to see the Game 7 jitters coming through. First game, it was the feeler, the jitters for just being on the stream, but now this is the game. You have to win this one. And Anti with a huge flick down to start to create some of this press. Nobody really going for any control so far. It's been a lot of boomer ball, and it's almost feeling like it's just an extension of that overtime. Nobody really wants to give up any sort of pressure to allow for a possible easy one to go through.
Anti now going over the head of Zippy. Zippy gets a wayward doink. Fusion Bleach able to control it out of the corner. Challenged by Jackson. Picked up by Zippy. Coming down the middle. Good challenge from Anti there. Having to dodge the bump and make the challenge. Jackson now streaking down. Gets the 100 boost. Trying to find a demo, finds it, and the bump as well. That should be a free goal. It is rolling, and in. Jackson opening up the scoring here in game number 7.
That is just absolutely disgusting. We've seen it progress and start to ramp up more and more as the series went on. The physical play coming from Corsairs this time to start out game 7, paying dividends so far.
Fusion, though, not ready to give up, just says, you know what, guys? That's fine. You want to put in that nice little easy goal? You need to bump to get your goals? Watch the mechanics.
Oh, my. It's so clean. The lean back flip reset. So good.
Just absolute chef's kiss on the flip reset there. Great goal to tie it up. And I think right now, the A's have the momentum after the goal. Like, I think that the quick counter with the ability that was put into that goal gives A's the mental advantage right now. And so if you're Corsairs, you just need to make sure you don't lose your composure. Don't start over-challenging. Nothing like that if you want to stay in the game.
My word, Fusion has just been on 0 for about 85 minutes, it feels like. Finally able to get that 100 in the corner there. And Anti's going to send a high one. It's actually going to be over everyone. And 2 go on the goal line. So if you're Fusion, you got to send it out. And a bump onto Jackson might make this dangerous. Oh, wow. What a save. Able to barely keep that out. I mean, you had to stretch for that one and barely able to keep it out of the zone. But like you're saying, the pressure and the momentum starting to come through for the Amazing A's. They're looking clean, looking clinical, starting to get those shots on. And it's becoming a game of inches yet again.
Yeah, and I'd like to take a quick second to shout out all of Fusion Bleach's children in the chat. About 4 or 5 of his children in the chat. Thank you for coming and supporting your dad. We appreciate it. Might get a goal here as he corrals it in the corner over the head of Jackson. That's going to be shootable, possibly. Good defense from Anti, but good touch from Zippy to keep the pressure down as well. 50 in the midfield will send it all the way back across the width of the field. Out of the corner now is Ante trying to follow it up. Bump on one defender, but now there's no one in net. General Zippy almost saves the ball, but it squeaks in under the crossbar.
Why was that so free? Oh, Jackson got bumped, and there it is, going the opposite direction. Jackson finally getting bumped out of the play, and the little doink to make sure it's secured. Didn't even need it, but hey, add a little bit of flash to that open goal, and up by one is the Amazing A's. Nice trip up there and the boost steal. So it's going to be Ante not able to get to this ball. It's going to be Fusion deciding to try and get that dribble, keep the possession, keep this dangerous in the corner. Fusion trying to go yet again. It's going to be General Zippy up. Has enough boost, but not a ton to make that dangerous. Grabs that 100, is going to rotate out. Time for Fusion to come in, see if they can get another flick. Absolutely they can. That low hitbox is just so gross whenever they get that opportunity to get a flick on.
Oh, shot here. Jackson is awkward. Does make one touch. That'll be off the backboard. Shootable for Fusion Bleach. And that one's going to be in. Now just a minute 30 for the Corsairs to come back. And to put it in perspective for who chat is looking for, I see a lot of ones in the chat and only a couple of twos. 94,000 points, channel points put on the Amazing A's. Despite the stats, 70% of the total points bet in the prediction going to the way of the Amazing A's. 40.3 thousand, or 30% of the points going towards the Corsairs. Corsairs are officially not the fan favorite, but the favorite on paper. They do control the ball here, going back as Ante gets that demo on Fusion. But now General Zippy trying to keep the pressure up, shootable, but Fusion Bleach still coming back from that demo. Isn't going to be able to shoot it now. Comes back to the Amazing A's corner.
And this is a big clear out, not only killing time off the clock, but taking so much advantage of space. And you can see here yet again, slowing down the pace, trying to get one to bite. It's going to be just barely outside of the zone, and this ball is so slow and staying in this corner, and that's not what you need to see if you're Corsairs or a Corsairs fan. And just barely off. Again, back to the game of inches, not able to get around the post. I don't know if you guys know, but that thing is built mighty sturdy. It does not bend. It does not break.
Touch up from Fusion here, wasting time again. Kind of gives the ball away, though. This could be an opportunity, but Jackson goes out way wide. Must not have had boost to follow it up. I thought that was going to be an opportunity for a really good banger shot. Now a touch out over to Jackson again. Up the wall he goes. Going to be going downwards for some reason, not rushing the ball for a pass. Rough touch from Zippy, so Ante controls. Flip reset in the midfield.
It's not enough.
Towards the net, but not on net. And pretty soft at that. That's going to be a big clear. And the Amazing A's have become your premier Season 4 Twos League champions. Congratulations to General Zippy and Fusion Bleach.
Oh my word, and they did it in style. The flip reset looking so clean. Fusion just absolutely disgusting. The only shot actually on that time around was that bump play there, and oh my word, GG's Corsairs, and congratulations to Amazing A's. Apparently the fan favorites, you love to see it, but it had to go to Game 7, and my word, what a game it was indeed.
Yeah, really good game for sure. We are going to give it up to you guys, chat, for you to vote for MVP, but I'm just saying if you don't vote for Fusion Bleach, you're wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
I'm just going to throw that out there. What an absolute amazing performance. They come in, they're down by one game, having to fight their way through the sludge, through the dregs of the lower bracket, and they come out on top, Game 7, with a 3-1 comfortable win, in my opinion. They were clearly the better team in that last game, not even really close. Really clean win and comfortable over the Corsairs, who had come out of the regular season with a 33-9 record. A 500 team comes in, takes the hardware right out from under their noses. You've got your new champions, the Amazing A's.
And what a way to do it. My word. Do the people have their points? Quan, do people have their points? We got to make sure we can close this down. I don't know if I have perms to do this.
If you don't get your points, we don't condone violence.
We riot.
But you could also try to hit the Quan.